Hey, hi everyone. Very happy and honored today to have someone in my YouTube channel again, and she's none other than Twinkle. Okay, she's a very special person to me because I've watched her from someone from Singapore all the way now. She's in reside in Australia, and she done a lot of speeches. She has a vision to help and impact and influence people. So I'll let Twinkle share a bit more about who she is and what she does for a living first. How about that? Twinkle, hi Twinkle.
Hi,
Yeah, welcome to the show. And can you share a little bit more to the audience about yourself? Who is Twinkle?
Sure. So basically, yes, hi everyone, I'm Twinkle, and I'm actually Twinkle Bahaduri. I was actually, well, to start off with, I was born in Burma, but I grew up in Singapore. I moved to Singapore when I was 5 years old. I stayed there for about 20 years until my university years, which was then when I moved to Australia. So initially I was in Perth, and then I moved to Sydney for employment, and then I just stayed on and settled here so far. But regardless of wherever you go, Singapore has always been a home for me. We should never forget where we come from. So it's always been my motherland for me, and I'm really I have actually since I moved to Sydney. I moved to Sydney because of employment. So I recently got a job as a microbiologist, and then eventually a scientist. So my passion has always been about clinical trials. So in 2019, I actually moved to, was very interested in speaking, and I actually joined this, organization called Speakers Institute,
Yes.
which was amazing. Lots of great experiences, and everybody. It's this wonderful community of genuine people who actually really stick together, and really was always there to support each other. So that was my drive.
Yeah.
So it's very important to know the drive actually was not there initially, because I didn't know what I was capable of or anything. Yeah. So,
Wow.
my journey started like that. Yeah.
Wow. So with this drive, you proceed on, and then you pursue on. And lately, we heard that you became a TEDx speaker, right? Can you share
Yes.
with us? How did this TEDx speech thing come about, and then what got you into it after the 10x talk? Yeah.
Sure. So since you mentioned 10x, first I'd like to mention 10x.
Yes.
So since I moved into Speakers Institute, and started speaking not just domestically, but also internationally, and becoming an international speaker, my intent of speaking wasn't to, promote myself or anything. My intent was just to inspire people, to actually educate people on clinical trials. I really want people to know what clinical trials is and how it can help people. So it was just that pure intention of helping people. There was no promotional, nothing in it. So that's, and then I guess so then I was actually selected to be part of a TEDx, which is actually one of the, as quite a lot of people would know, is actually just like TEDx, but this is for TEDx, the audience are speakers themselves. So it's actually a more difficult, I would say. In terms of because you will be critiqued by speakers instead of public, right?
Yes.
So when I went on that 10x stage, it completely changed my life. That was the beginning of my journey of going into TEDx later. But on the TedX stage, okay, I had so much of support from the core team who actually really helped to boost our morale up, who actually believe in us from the bottom of their heart. They really supported us throughout. There was also coaching there. So, it was actually, I really felt like, yes, my intention, this message can reach to a global audience. And I wasn't aware of what TedX can do for me. But then TedX taught me a lot at that stage. So then at that time, on the day I was about to get up onto the TedX stage, somebody told me, you know what? You should try for TedX too. That was the first time it came into my mind, just before I went up. Then when I came down, I came down to the stage, she told me that no, you should definitely, you should apply for it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? We can just reject it. So, but don't give up. Just keep trying.
Yep.
At that time, I realized that yes, maybe this is something that I can. Give it a go. Maybe this is something, maybe it's actually in my destiny to get my message out there to, a global stage, because I really I was actually very passionate about clinical trials. But the difference was that in TedX, it was all about clinical trials. This is something that professionals generally do. And this is very confidential kind of, the stories that can be very confidential. So, which is one of the reasons why I thought, okay, maybe that particular topic isn't quite suitable for a TedX, because I was very interested in between. Right after TedX, I started studying what TedX is like. I was doing my own research in the background. So I went all the way to Canberra to just go and be an audience for a stage.
How was the experience at Canberra when you attended? How was it?
Yeah. So funnily, there was actually quite a lot of audience down there, and they selected about 10 people and to standing on the red dot, the red color dot.
The red carpet, right?
Yes, the red carpet. So they actually stood on the red carpet. They had, one thing that I noticed was that TedX, most of the TedX speaker, they had brilliant idea. That's why it's an idea worth sharing, right? Yes, that's how they identify TedX as idea worth sharing. They don't have to be a good speaker. They don't need to know how to be a good speaker. They kind of guided by the curators on, roughly what is good, like what kind of, paragraph you should be using. They kind of like train you how to have a bit of self-confidence in front of on a stage. Yeah, so that's when I realized, wow, TedX and TedX was completely different. The structure was completely different. I was amazed at how different it is. And that's when I realized I cannot use that same topic that I used. I structured a new one, which is something that I've always been very passionate about since young. And that is about the power of subconscious mind.
Wow. Tell us a bit more about that. This. Wow, it's interesting.
Yeah, so the power of subconscious mind is basically, to me, it's all about manifestation. I'm a true believer of manifestation, because this is how I have manifested in my life. The time when the CEO of Speakers Institute told me that you need to go for TEDx, apply for TEDx. I at that time, I had self-limiting belief. Okay. I didn't believe in myself at that time, 2020, right? And, but I was like, okay, I'll just give it a go. But that was what changed my whole entire life. And so then I realized, hey, if I can do TEDx, I'm sure I can craft my way through to TEDx.
Yep.
But how I did it was through manifestation. And that was what my TEDx speech was all about. It's about the power of subconscious mind. I actually manifested it. When I think something, I actually command it. I command it. I don't just, it's like a, a genie and you are Aladdin, okay? And the genie is your subconscious mind. You actually command that this is what you want.
Wow, very interesting. Wow, very interesting. Because
so you don't ask for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you mention the word command for it, the first word, I very much want to ask you, perhaps the audience also wants to know, is it some form of demanding? What's the difference like when you command and you demand? Yes.
Yes. So very good question. So demand is, I want this. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But basically, when you command it, meaning that that means you're believing in yourself. You are making a decision at that point in time that is how you choose to lead your life.
I see.
So you're actually conditioning your subconscious mind. So you're telling the subconscious mind, this is how I want to. Not, you see, there is a difference between, so when you say demand and command, it's very similar to saying, I can do it versus only I can do it. Only I can do it is pride. I can do it is self-confidence.
Okay.
So similar to that, commanding is having that belief in yourself, but you're kind of telling, I command my subconscious mind to know that I am worthy of happiness. I command my subconscious mind to know that I am worthy of success. Something like that. So that's like you're kind of conditioning your mind, but you have to command it, not like, oh, please, can I have this? Can I have that? Oh, I hope it will happen. Never use the word hope, because hope means you will always keep on hoping.
All right. Very good. Very good. Yep.
Yeah. So that was the gist of my TEDx talks. It's about making the decision at that point in time and knowing that you can do it.
I see.
And that it's just opportunity just done.
So may I ask, was your talk also about this journey?
Yes.
It is, right? It is. Oh,
so this, roughly this journey. However, I did mention a little bit about my, my past here in my experience here in Australia when I first started out. There was a bit of, I had to move into a regional city for my work for a couple of months, and there was quite a lot of bullying and racial discriminations happening. But at that point in time, I did not understand this. I did not understand how to command my subconscious mind. I was just purely about, going with the flow and, letting things, really I didn't believe in myself at that time. So if I don't believe in myself, why should others?
I see.
Why should others? When you believe in yourself, you have value. And that is when others will start valuing you. So I learned it through those years of experience. And that is what I applied in this particular, and I'm actually I feel I'm getting better at it, because right now the manifestation is getting faster and faster and faster. So I said, okay, I wanted to be in TEDx. Yes. Very short span of time, I got it.
Wow.
I would like to be an author, but I have no idea how. You don't need to know. You just need to know that you can do it.
So Twinkle, did you think about it? This manifesting every day that you want it. Do you think on it every day?
Yes, kind of. Yes,
kind of.
But it makes me happy. But it's not. I don't know. I won't say kind of. I did. I did. So I would think about it, but I would think about it as if I already have it. I'm already a TEDx speaker. So that is what I thought of it. And it makes me happy. So, that is the happiness part of it that actually really helped. And when somebody told me, oh, maybe you should start writing. And within 3 months, somebody approached me to write in the book, I Am Possible.
Yeah.
And so, and then I was like, since I am in the book, I Am Possible, I get to be a co-author in the book, I Am Possible. I got to show how to raise my bar. That was my chapter in that book, I Am Possible, Raise Your Bar. If while writing that, I was actually writing down my goals for the future.
Oh, I
so
see.
then I manifested it that way as well. And then right after that, I was like, yes, I want to be in the TED. I think I'm ready for TEDx, and I want to show how to raise their bar. I want to show people how to raise their bar. So it's a link. They are all linked to each other.
Oh.
And that was my whole journey to, the TEDx. But they all come with one intention, and that intention is to make an impact in this world, to help people to raise their bar by commanding their subconscious mind.
Wow. Very, very good. Very good. Very, very impressive. So Twinkle, just now when you were sharing, I have this question in mind about this, because you mentioned that you were on the clinical trial side, right? So clinical trial side, they need a lot of scientific proof.
Yes.
Remember I said that scientific proof. Then it comes a stage where you decided making a choice on the manifestation side, which can I say that it's not about science or manifestation, right? Manifestation is not about science. So how do you share with people that how do you put these two together for somebody who's out there, right? They want to be scientific yet they want to manifest. How do you advise them to put it together?
So I would say this is a very excellent interview question. This is excellent. Seriously, I have to salute you on that one, because it really makes me think as well. And it does make sense. While speaking, this is like, I'm thinking, yes, how does it match together?
Yes.
Just to think again, raising your bar and commanding your subconscious mind, they're all about energy.
I see.
Energy cannot be destroyed, right? So this is all taught in science. They're all quite scientific in the end. And we know through science how subconscious mind works.
Yeah.
And there are lots of clinical trials out there. I mean, although these clinical trials and, knowing the power of your subconscious mind isn't quite linked. However, there are so many clinical trials out there that I was very inspired by, in terms of, there are a lot of neurology trials that's been happening. And that's when I actually delved a little bit into, I became interested in the subconscious mind.
I see.
It was through that clinical trial, but not that I was involved in a clinical trial, but because I was actually conducting clinical trials. So then there were neurology trials that were happening, and I was like, oh, okay, is this how it works? Wow, this is interesting. Maybe, I can look deeper into subconscious mind. We know how the conscious mind works. Conscious mind is all about the logic, but subconscious mind is different, right? It's actually all about your energy level. So that's when I actually started researching a bit more about this subconscious mind. So they're actually kind of linked, but yet not linked. Yeah.
Yes, I can understand, because I felt that you have a very strong foundation on the scientific side. And then when this subconscious thing came to you, you can actually easily match it and put it together. Because for somebody who you just share with them a subconscious without any foundation, probably they wouldn't have so in-depth knowledge or knowing on this. That's my take. So I think it's very, very interesting to have this interview and chat with you. So the last two questions that I would like you to ask is, what is the first one is, what is next for you? What's next for you? Any next manifestation? What's the next manifestation?
That is a secret. Oh, So, well, the thing is, to me, it's always been, so now the next manifestation more into professional development side of things. Moving up the corporate ladder is what I'm kind of focusing on right now. Yes, definitely. I have kind of, have this both 10x and TEDx that I have ticked off from my boxes. So right now it's more into professional developments at this stage. But at the same time, I cannot forget that these two were my passion, and I'm still in clinical trials. So, you know, I'm going to use that and the knowledge that I've learned and all the research that I've done to create that impact. And my goal for 2022 is to actually impact 1 million lives.
Wow.
So that is my goal. Yeah. So that is next for me. It's about impacting lives in the, you know, most positive way possible for people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Can I just ask you, did you literally calculate the 1 million people?
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, when you make a goal, sometimes it can be, you know, pretty high up there. But, you know, the thing is only when you reach for the moon, you may actually land up on the stars, right?
That's true also. That's
so
true.
You must always aim high. And when you aim high, that allows you to, you know, kind of push you towards that goal faster.
Wow.
But if you just aim this much, then perhaps you can even deviate from your path. Oh. So you must aim high to actually reach at least there.
I see. That's where you remind me of raising the bar.
Raise your bar.
Raise the bar.
Exactly. You raise your bar step by step. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Twinkle. Before the last question, we have learned so much from you. See, from the beginning, you spoke about drive, and then you talk about pure intention. And the end, you also talk about don't give up. And you also wrap up with sharing with us about the importance of energy. Wow, that's an awesome session. Okay, one last question, Twinkle. It is, if there's one thing that you want to let the audience know about you, that they didn't know, that they don't know, what would that be? Just a fun question. Yeah. I caught you. Yes.
Okay, that is actually a great question as well, but it's also, you know, I wasn't expecting that, but it's also an easy question because my goal in life is I've always, you know, wished or, you know, hoped that, well, no, not hope. I've always wished that my life is always useful for someone.
Yeah.
So for the benefit of others.
Yep.
So I've always wanted, I always want to make sure I will keep on trying. I'll keep on, you know, there's never a give up for me. Yep. I'm the kind of person who never, ever gives up. I will keep on trying. If one door doesn't work, if it doesn't open, well, there's always another 2 doors, right? One door closed, 2 door open. So I'll keep on trying and I'll make sure I always reach my goal. So Twinkle is the kind of person who is extremely determined, never give up, and always wanting to raise her bar.
Wow, always raising the bar. Wow, that's so awesome. What an inspiration for many of us out there, Twinkle. So Twinkle, thank you for having with us, coming in with us. I think that was a great session. Very, very valuable, some of the things that we caught. So I'd like to thank you on behalf of the audience. So we'll stop here and then hopefully I'll see you on the next session again.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
See you.
Yes, and one thing I'd like to end up to everybody, if I can do it, you can do it.
All right, man. If she can do it, we can do it. All right.
Exactly. Yes.
Yep. Thank you, Twinkle.
Thank you very much.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
having
again.
me on the show.
Yep. See you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.